Hey, this is AliShanMao. Today I'm testing the OFM Brute H1200, the giant hexacopter, built for one of our customers, and will go all the way to Thailand. I believe this is the first machine going to Thailand, and it will make its name there. This one is prepared with the 3-axis camera gimbal that you can see, pan, tilt, roll. It's a AliShanMao Birdie gimbal with pan X. For now, the landing gears are fixed. If we go close, but they fold all the way up here, okay, so one can easily DIY, put some servos or retracts, electric retracts, to actually move them up once take off. For now, I'm going to just test, so we are not gonna fold the landing gears up. For now, we'll just keep them steady and check for its functioning and flight. So right now I have a DSLR Nikon on board and a single 6S 5000 milliamp battery only. So let's see how long we can fly with battery, single 6S 5000 milliamp, and simulated payload of DSLR camera. Let's get to it. Okay, compass calibration is done, and rest of the cables we'll leave it hanging. Later I will explain why, and let's give it a flight and test how it behaves. Let me see if I can zoom in and keep my copter in the view at the same time, so we can see the camera movement. So camera pan is working, and center, center, center. This is the center, and we also have camera tilt, so camera can look down and can look up. At the moment, the movement are a little jerky, but of course we could set some delay on servos and set them up properly for no jerky movement. Now let me fly it and see how long I will fly. Stabilization looks really nice for now. For such a nice little gimbal like AliShanMao Birdie. I will not hover because I need to test the flight timing on flying, not hovering. So I'm gonna turn off the camera, and I'm gonna start flying around and give you a final look at the flight time once the batteries are running out. Okay, so I have the first beeps from battery. first beep means you still have almost 1 minute flight time, but it's better to land if you are flying with the WKM low voltage protection settings off. For now, the low voltage protection settings are off. I always test the machine with the low voltage protections off, because they can actually turn the low like landing, auto landing on auto return to home earlier than expected. So for now, on this single 6S 5000 milliamp battery with all the payload on board, I don't know how much weight it is at the moment. I'm gonna go home and check. I was flying for 3 minutes here because I forgot to turn on the timer. I'm flying for 3 minutes here, but before that I shot a 7 minutes video when it was flying around and I was talking about it. So almost 10 minutes of flight times with the single 6S 5000 milliamp battery. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are running 6S 9000 milliamps. Let's see how long I will fly. So I'm gonna fly at a nice speed that normally people fly at while making the aerial films. Because aerial films, you cannot fly so fast, you have to fly nice and smooth this way so you don't see any props in the way, because if you go forward a lot on the throttle stick, your front propellers will bend a lot in front of the camera because the camera gimbal are stabilizing. So flying for aerial photography is always nice and slow movement like this, and that's what I'm gonna do. Maximum I'm gonna pull out possibly 20 km/h or 25 km/h and see how long I'm flying. So I will turn the camera off because the batteries are running away for the camera. With all the payload, we got the beep on, let's see, 16 minutes. 16 minutes with the 6S 9000 milliamp with all the payload, no hovering, like minimum hovering, but rest is flying. Well, there is one more thing that I wanted to prove a point for. The second point proved that these multi-rotors, which are designed to lift the heavy cameras, can also be used for aerial surveillance purpose, where people need more flight time rather than carrying more weight. So instead of putting a camera on board, we can actually put dual batteries or heavier batteries. Right now I flew it with 6S 5000 milliamp, 2 batteries, so giving it 6S 10,000 milliamps, and without any hovering, that is minimum hovering time, I actually got 21 minutes flight time. So that's 20 plus minutes flight time. That means a good cruise speed, not just hovering, a good cruise speed all the time. My hovering time would be maximum 1 minute or 2 minutes, not more than that. So that proves my point that we can actually use the multi-rotors like these, designed to carry heavy load, to aerial surveillance or search and rescue or other professional purposes, because you can use the payload to mount more batteries, and using the very low weight cameras like GoPro and FPV systems only, or monitoring things like FLIR cameras, you can actually get more flight time and get to more distances. So that concludes today's testing. I have given this big baby 3 flights. Robert, this machine is coming all the way to you, to Thailand, and I'm sure you're gonna have lots of fun. About these hanging cables. Normally what happens is 3-axis gimbals are used for 2 persons or 2 operators setup. One person controls the gimbal, one person controls the multicopter. So the thing is, once this gimbal is actually 2-person setup, it will have its own stabilization system mounted here. So that means no more these cables coming from DJI WKM system. No more these cables. So these servos will be plugged to the stabilization system, which is mounted right here. There will be a battery right here and a receiver right here. So everything will neat and clean without having these three cables coming from top. Everything neat and clean will just rotate standalone under this mounting. So there will be no cables tangling with each other on 360-degree movement. I hope this clarifies the answer. But having cables hanging like this, you should still know that you have a lot of slack to still have a full 360-degree movement. Okay? So if you set up the cables nice and good, you still have a good 360-degree movement all around. I'm gonna release a very new hexacopter, a very exciting series of hexacopters, mid-size with professional carrying case, coming out very, very soon. I'm actually focusing on aerial surveillance at the moment, but later we will also focus on carrying a DSLR camera with that mid-size hexacopter with a complete and a professional carrying case. Enjoy.